sunshine, rocking the good time with all our friends. Easy and carefree, out in the summer breeze, loving a simple things for hours on end. Around about sundown, we lay on the ground, count on the stars as they come out one at a time. Ain't this a sweet life?
Hey everybody, I'm X Factor winner Tate Stevens, and welcome to the Sweet Life Podcast, where we talk about everything from music, sports, food, entertainment, and, well, just living the sweet life. Hey everybody, it's me, Tate Stevens, and as always, AJ Kronk. There it is. We missed it. We've missed it.
I'm running on fumes today. I gotta drink me a little Monster.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, listen.
Oh, it tastes so good.
That's the orange, the tangerine thing, or whatever you call it.
It's orange.
Orange.
How do you say it? Do you say it orange or orange?
I don't know. Orange.
Orange.
Oh, it's orange.
Orange. Some people say it like one syllable, like orange.
Orange. Yeah, I say orange.
Okay, good.
Orange.
So you're one of the good people then.
Yeah, not orange.
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 It's like people that, did you ever see that
Orange.
video used to go around of people trying to say crayon? They're like, crown.
Crown.
I'm like, crown is something you wear on your head.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I know some people say crown.
Don't you just want to
It's like
beat the snot out of those people?
It's like Missouri.
Nope.
There's no A. Mm-mm. It's an I. It's Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri.
It's like spelled with a dash UH on the end. Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. All right. Well,
this is riveting material.
This is awesome. People are like, wow. So this week, I'm excited this week. I know you're not really excited because, a lot of people don't believe in what I believe in, but I don't care. We're talking about what I want to talk about, people.
Oh, here we go.
This is the Sweet Life Podcast that we talk about the things that we want to talk about.
Yep.
Anyway, UFOs. I'm telling you, here's the thing. I was in high school, and Coach Davis, actually, Jeff Davis, former mayor of Belton, was one of my teachers and wrestling coach, football coach, and all that. But anyway, he said, if you think we're the only thing that's out here that's floating around in the universe and all that, you're pretty narrow-minded.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You think about our galaxy, and how big it is, and then just our universe is bigger than that.
Yep.
And there's hundred millions of them, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's no way we're the only thing out here that's alive, and you know what I mean? It's
pretty arrogant to think.
Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, and I'm not, people might get mad and go, well, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, let's talk about it for a second.
Oh, here we go.
God created what? Heavens, plural, and earth, right? Why couldn't he have said, there's life here, there's life here, there's life here, there's life here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that says he didn't.
Yeah.
So anyway, without, not getting churchy or anything like that, but so I don't think it's going to, matter one way or another if you believe or don't believe, but I've had experiences and I've seen things that I'm like, well, that was weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was there and gone before, I could even really process what, it was kind of like a blink of light. And I'm like, did I just see something or nah, probably not. Could have been a flash from another car or whatever, something. What's that?
I was going to say, maybe you were on the pot.
I was on the pot that day. No, so it could have been, it could have been anything, but
yeah.
I know it was kind of like one of those things. You're like, I saw that, or did I? Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. I go on about my day. Forget about it. But there's several times like that throughout my life. I've thought, you just catch a flash or a glimpse of something moving quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, that was weird. It wasn't a plane. Yep. Planes don't go that fast. So anyway, there's been a few times like that where I've seen some things and I'm like, I know I'm seeing this and other people around me see it. So I'm like, I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy, right? at least I'm one of 3 or 4 people that are crazy.
Right,
You know,
right.
there's a few of us hanging out together. But anyway, so yeah, today, I mean, I think that if we go back in history, and a lot of people think our history's been wrong, and we've been taught and told things that the government want us to know or hear or think actually happened. But
Sure.
you know, there's all those shows that kind of debunk our history with we're the first person, you know, we were the first people here, you know, Christopher Columbus came over and all that and discovered this. You know, there's people here a long, long time ago. Right. So we all know that. Anyway, but you like go back and look at the cave paintings and the artwork that just the native Indians in the United States did.
Yeah.
And they have things all in there that look like what we would think a UFO would look like.
Right.
Flying things, people with suits on or a big head. You know what I mean? Like they look like they're in a space suit kind of suit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this was before any television or anything like that, obviously.
Sure.
What did they see? Because they would paint and draw what they witnessed or knew.
Yeah.
You know, so before they had, and you know, before, I don't know, it's weird, right? Yeah. But it's on, you know, even back in the in Egyptian times, in Egypt, some of those hieroglyphs look like airplanes and helicopters and different flying objects. You know what I mean? Now, could it just be a cool way to do art and how they kind of did their art?
You never know.
Maybe.
Never know.
You know, and there's paintings from way back in the time that, you know, if you look, it sort of looks like there's flying objects in the paintings that are bright and shiny and they look like they have people in them. You know, this was well before the age of what we would consider UFOs or aliens.
Yep.
Right? And that goes through all history and all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, all over our planet. There's different, you know, in China, they have their little things that they've seen or, you know, that they had, they made little statues of these people.
Yeah.
And stuff. You know what I mean?
I've never really delved into this kind of thing, but I mean, you know, building the pyramids, you know, and like Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I mean, who?
Yeah, Easter Island, those big heads on Easter Island, those things are gigantor.
Yeah.
And where they had to move those stones from just to put them there, and just the head, like, we think it's just the head sitting there on the ground. No, those go like 40, 50 foot deep in the ground. It's a whole statue-looking thing.
Yeah.
Of a person, of a giant person. But erosion and different things, and you know what I mean, have made them just look like a bunch of big heads.
Yeah.
In a thing.
Who knows?
I don't know. Anyway, not getting into the nature of how we built pyramids or anything.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird that we have all these paintings and we have all this artwork, and historically, there's been tales and, you know, of people, the star people, you know, the star people coming and helping out the people on Earth.
Yeah.
In different situations.
Sure.
A lot of people believe that corn, because corn started in South America, like the first remnants of corn, as we would kind of know corn, started way, way in South America, way deep down there. And it was supposedly told that the star people gave them that corn and showed them how to plant it to grow it. And they just started doing, or, you know, I mean, if you believe that kind of stuff, like the Aztecs and the Mayans and all that, they followed star people and they followed these entities.
Yeah.
You know, and they had their gods and all these people they prayed to and sacrificed and did all this stuff for. But they also had the people that they learned, and they were called star people or whatever. I know I said that a bunch, but they have their own terms for it. You know, for their little people that come, that have shown them the way and have helped them. And they have pictures of them. They've created statues and pictures and of these people, you know, It's just cool because we,
Too bad we didn't have camera phones back then.
yeah, I mean, who knows? We might have. Who knows, man? But I'm not getting into the whole conspiracy thing, But I just as far as UFOs go, I believe that we've been visited, if you want to say that, or they're here already.
Yeah.
Amongst they just fly around whenever when we're not looking, kind of.
Well, apparently there was a worm-shaped cloud over Alaska mountains, and it has prompted a police investigation amid fears it could be a UFO or a plane crash.
Yeah, I don't know.
This was 3 days ago.
So
yeah, who knows?
You can go back in time in 16, and not that I've done a bunch of studies on UFOs, but I've done a little bit. Just because I'm intrigued by it. So I wanted to I'm just kind of self-teaching if that makes any self-learning, I guess, right? In like 1647 or something like that, John Winthrop, he was one of the Puritans back then. They called them Puritans. He was the governor of the Massachusetts colony. Okay. Massachusetts Bay colonies. Okay. Whatever that was then, he was the governor of it in 1647, I think. Okay. Or 1637, or 39, something like that. Anyway, way back then in the 1600s, mid 1600s, he wrote in his diary. Yeah. He had a person in the diaries, I think, if I remember correctly, it said something about he wasn't an alcoholic. The man who told him the story wasn't an alcoholic, and he was a discreet person, which whatever that meant, maybe a good I don't know, whatever that meant. Not alcoholic and discreet. Told him,
hermit.
Probably, right? But anyway, they told of the story. And this John Winthrop, I don't know if he witnessed it also, but he wrote in his diary. Now, he's the governor of the Massachusetts Bay colonies. He wrote in his diary on that day. It was March 1st. I remember that because it was my birthday. But he wrote in his diary that day that these men were in a boat in the St. Charles River. And they saw this orb of light. And it was going back and forth rapidly in between the town where they were coming from, and directly above them, and it was just going back and forth for an hour, like moving erratically. So, and then they found themselves upstream. An hour later, they found themselves upstream, which they said it was pretty intense. They would have to paddle and paddle and paddle and paddle to go that far. Okay. And these guys don't remember paddling at all. They just remember watching this orb thing move, this light move around in the sky. And then it disappeared after, almost an hour. And supposedly there was a bunch of other people that had witnessed this light. And then, so he wrote that in his diary. 5 years later, he wrote in his diary about three guys in a boat in Boston, in the harbor. Yeah, watched two light things come out of the water, go over what would Charlestown Village, or the village of Charlestown, set above the village where a lot of other people had witnessed this. Yeah. And then they flew over to some hill or island, or I don't remember exactly, where they kind of just vanished over there, off in the distance. Yeah. And then he had reported like a week later that several people in the harbor witnessed a moon-like object come out of the water. Like it just rose out of the water and then went over something, and like this is these villages are seeing, all these people are witnessing the same thing. Yeah, yeah. And then it it went and it kind of divided itself into two, and then they just took off.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it had flames and sparks in different parts of the thing, and it was gone.
Mm.
So that was like in the 1600s. Then you move, obviously, what we know more of is like the Roswell incidents and all that. Yeah. In 47, right, there was a pilot, a veteran pilot, was flying in Washington State over Mount Rainier, I guess I don't know. Rainier. Anyway, something. Rainier, maybe? I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway.
It's something in Washington State. And he was flying his plane, his private plane. He was cruising around.
Sure.
He said it was a beautiful, beautiful afternoon for flying. And he came across several disc-shaped objects.
Yeah.
And they were flying, like going fast. He said he estimated it over 1,200 miles an hour because he was flying with them.
Yeah.
And then he said they were within 20 to 25 miles of him. And there were several disc-shaped objects, and they were cruising around, and then they just gone.
Wow.
And really fast. So that was one of the first sightings from like a reliable person, if you will.
Sure.
That they
in modern times.
Yeah. And then of course Roswell. You know, Roswell, the crash, and if you want to believe we covered it up or it was a weather balloon or whatever they want to say it was, whatever. If you watch anything about Bob Lazar, he'd tell you that was really UFO and there was aliens in it, little grays, and a couple of them died and then a couple of them lived, and they kept the ones that lived for several years, and they helped us create our own flying discs. So we have them.
Yeah.
We reverse engineered him, and that's what Bob Lazar did with a what was it, an element that we didn't know of, and then he claimed this element, like element 13, let's say, right? And now it is a real element now. You know what I mean? So it was like he was talking about this years before science said, no, that's a real thing. Yeah, here it is. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever, doesn't matter. So
I'm like Captain Skeptical.
And to some of it, it's just like, yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's probably the real stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that like kind of sounds like it's too weird and not right. That's probably really what's going on. and all the other stuff that kind of be like, oh, that could see that. That's probably all crap. You know what I mean?
I'm to the point where I just don't believe anything anybody said. Like,
right.
Somewhere around here, around Harrisonville, I guess, north, south, east, west, wherever it is, there's supposed to be this hill you can drive over.
Oh, yeah. And then you put your car in neutral and it backs itself up.
Yes, that is so stupid. Whoever come up with this is an idiot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's all...
Fight me.
Yeah. You want to...
Come to my next gig and jump up on stage and slap me. Keep that hill out your mouth.
Don't say that.
No, please don't.
Anyway, so back to the UFO thing. I mean, we've heard about them forever, and like I said, whether you believe, I'm not trying to, make anybody believe, but I'm just saying that I've seen things with my own eyes, witnessed things in the sky.
Yes, and you were telling me about this, you and Hayden, right?
Yeah. So, and we can call Hayden actually, and he can tell. I won't even say anything, or I can tell you the story now. We'll call him and he'll tell you the story, and it'll match up because it was the craziest thing. When it was happening, we just kind of looked at each other like, man, did that just happen? Like, are we, you know what I mean? It was weird. It was just one of those times where you think, okay, that was too weird to just say that was something that it wasn't. Right. That something didn't happen. Yeah. But anyway, I think the first time that I was younger, I think I was in high school or middle school. I was in middle school. And out playing in the summertime, and it was a beautiful night, a bunch of stars everywhere, and everybody's seen shooting stars or falling stars, whatever you want to call them, right?
Yeah.
It's just that flash, and it's gone, right?
You make a wish.
Yeah, and so we've all seen them, or most people,
Right.
And they're pretty neat. Sometimes it looks like they just fall straight down, and sometimes they just kind of go a little sideways, and then they have an arc to them. But when things just go straight sideways, it's a light and it stays a light and it goes straight sideways and still stays a light, and then it goes away, and then it just kind of vanishes. That's not a falling star or a shooting star. You know what I mean? That's something else.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know.
Sure.
Or if you see things that are just it looks kind of illuminating in the sky, and it's cruising in the sky, you're like, boy, that's way up there in the stars where airplanes don't fly. And it's not flying like an airplane. Obviously there's no sound or anything.
Sure.
But you just see this thing, and it's moving at a really rapid pace. You can watch an airplane, and you can kind of judge, okay, that airplane's there now, and then in 5 minutes, it's going to be over there.
Yep.
And these things are going a lot faster.
Sure.
They're moving at a higher rate of speed than our big airplanes, commercial airplanes.
Yep.
And, so it's like you can rule out a commercial airline. Now, could it be a military plane?
Could be.
Could be. I don't know. But that's just one of those things that I've seen. And then the other things that I've seen, and believe me or not, doesn't matter. I watched this star, basically. It was just sitting there like a star. Like it was a light that wasn't moving, wasn't blinking. It was just a light. It looked like kind of like a dull star, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a partly cloudy night. It wasn't, real bright or anything, but you could see a ton of stars, but there was clouds in there. And I just remember seeing, and it looked like movement, and it caught my eye. So I look up, and I'm in my driveway, and I'm like looking up, and then that thing moved again, and it just shifted quickly, didn't move far, but it moved a little bit. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe my eyes were adjusting or something. You know how every once in a while you kind of see something and it looks like it moved, but it really didn't move, still sitting on the wall or in the same spot. So I'm like, okay. So then I got to watching, kind of looking around and watching it, and then it moved again. And it's moving in these little increments, these quick little movements, little dashes, across in a line. And I'm like, that's again thinking, not really seeing this, right? Well, then it moved. Then it actually moved. It took off. Like it went in a direction, went across for a long period of time, was moving at a pretty rapid pace, stopped, and changed directions and went opposite. And then it stopped there for a minute. And then it changed directions and went a complete different direction. And then it just kind of got bright and it was gone.
Yeah.
We don't have anything that does that. We have no vehicles that we know of. Again, maybe our government has things like that we don't know about, but there's nothing that we know about on this planet that can move that rapidly and change directions and stop.
Sure.
And change directions. Now, if it was just making these big arcs and loops, okay, I could maybe think of a plane or something. But when it's like moving in 90-degree angles and not stopping, and coming to a complete stop, stop, and then taking off, a little different.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
it's probably Ken Smithers got a new drone camera and is spying on you.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's been several things. My dad had seen things, like that growing up, and he'd seen different deals and stuff. And you hear, now the Navy released. You see the UFO footage that the Navy released? Oh yeah, no, it's wicked.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, is everybody seeing this? And it's right on their it's all infrared, and it stops, and then it's tumbling.
See, when it comes to camera footage, dude, I just can't.
But it's like, why would the Navy put it out?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? And it's moving too fast for them to catch up in their fighter jets. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like it was crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool video. And you hear all the pilots, the commercial airline pilots, and all these pilots talk about seeing, flying objects that, come close to their planes or fly under them or over them or around them, circle them several times and then take off. And I mean, just wicked things that, we don't have that technology that I know of, any flying things. And,
our phones are blowing up.
yeah, that's weird. But anyway, so yeah, it was, I don't remember what, several years ago, when the satellite was coming over Kansas City, and it was on the news, and they were like, okay, at 7:30, look to the northwest, or northeast, and you'll see a blinking thing, and then you can watch it cruise through our view, right? Mm-hmm. So we lived down the street in our old house, and we all were standing on the back porch, on the deck looking up, and sure enough, it was sparkly and blinky, and you know what I mean? It was like, oh, that's it, cool. Kind of looks like an airplane, sort of, but it's a lot higher than what airplanes fly, and it's cool. It's like it was like blinking and kind of shiny and stuff, and then you could see it cruising. Well, we were watching it, and then there was another light that went beside it. And then it went the opposite way, really fast. Like if I don't know, they can't see my hands, but I'm showing you. So like if the thing's flying this way at me, across, across the sky, this other thing was here and went.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that?
Right.
We don't have anything that can do that.
Yeah.
That fast. Mm-hmm. So, and we were all like, did you ever see the other light thing? It was completely different. Mm-hmm. Then that thing's still going this way.
Sure.
And that other thing came up and then went the other way, went the opposite way.
Man, you're getting so excited. You're punching your microphone.
Yeah. So anyway, it went completely the opposite way. So we had my whole family saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is those things, you know? So
never know.
You never know. I don't know. And have you've seen anything like that ever? Or do you just not really pay attention kind of that? Like,
no,
do you ever look up like at night or during the afternoon or something? I've even seen them I thought I've seen things in the daytime, kind of weird little things happening. But
you ever see the movie Michael?
The Angel movie?
No. Wrong Travolta movie. Phenomenon, I think is what it's called. Where he's like sitting there and he sees like this real bright light, and then he like passes out and he wakes up and his brain is like super high functioning, and like he can generate like all this energy with his mind and all this kind of stuff, and it turns out he's just got a tumor.
Maybe I have a tumor.
I think you got a tumor. You're seeing all this weird lights in the sky, and I'm just like, okay.
No, but it's it's weird because it's happened. I've seen different things. Again, sometimes it could be an airplane,
sure,
or it could be like a fighter jet that I can't hear, and it's like cruising.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Could be anything. Never know.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a weather balloon, and I know some things that it's not. But anyway, it's just odd that over our whole existence, things have visited Earth or are here. And then there's people that are like, well, the Navy, again, released that footage, and it looked like the thing came out of the water or went in the water and then disappeared. You know what I mean? It was like, just weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have claimed that they've seen things come out of the ocean and fly, come flying out of the, come up out of the ocean and take off, which, I mean, why wouldn't it? Why couldn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard
I
for
don't
me to
know.
believe that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, I don't know.
You never know. I've
So-
also had people tell me, "Hey, if you come play for me, I'll pay you," and that never happened. So, I don't believe everything.
No,
I hear people.
Like I said, I'm not the conspiracy guy that's going to say, hey, UFOs are real. It's just I've seen some weird things, hunting. Like, you do a lot of early morning hunting and you're out in the dark in the middle of the timber or walking into the, fields or whatever in the dark. In the wintertime, it's awesome because the wintertime, the skies are amazing. Mm-hmm. And it's summertime also, but like in the winter when it's nice and cool out and there's no clouds and you look up and it's like you can see other solar systems and stuff. There's so many stars and it's so beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. And walking across fields, we got a couple hay fields and stuff we have to walk across when we're getting to our deer stands and whatnot.
Yeah,
that are long. I mean, there's several hundred yards. We walk several hundred yards, so you're out there for 15 minutes walking to a stand in the middle of this field or whatever. So you have a lot of time, to kind of look around and looking up and you see things moving just back and forth and going, not all the time. I mean, there's been in 7 years, let's say in 7 years, I've seen 3 things, that I would say, hey, that was weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not every day you see them or all the time, but in 7 years, there's a couple things that I've seen that I'm like, that's really strange. That's really, really strange.
Yeah.
What's that? What you got going?
No, I was just listening to you talk.
Oh,
I'm researching.
Researching. Yeah. And Hayden and I were turkey hunting a few years ago and just walking in through this big hay field, going down to the tree line where we were going to sit. And we actually ended up sitting on a pond levee so we could look over this little hay field where they'd mowed it and everything. It was all cut where the turkeys would strut and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're walking and I'm like, well, oh, Hayden, I was like, did you see that? And it literally, and he was like, yeah, the light that just went through the sky that way. And I'm like, yeah, it was weird. Could have been a falling star, shooting star, right?
Could have been. Yeah.
And we both saw it, kind of acknowledged that we saw it. And I was like, that was weird. And he's like, yeah, last year or 2 year, whatever ago, I've seen things that were moving, like stars are just moving around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they don't ever move. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. They're kind of like you see stars moving and then they stop for a while. And then you can't remember which ones were moving because there's 8 million of them up there, Yeah. But it's kind of weird like that. And he said, I've witnessed some things like that walking in or in the dark. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too, whatever. So we're walking. Well, then it literally, I swear to you, it was like pew, pew, 2 of them above our heads. And I just didn't even say anything. Hayden's like, you see those? I'm like, yeah, that was pretty cool. And they're going fast enough that they're not airplanes. It's way too fast for airplanes, right? And so we get to where we're set up. We're getting ready to get set up. So we put our decoys out, get all nestled in, and we're facing, it would be the south. And sitting on this little pond dam. And like I said, we're just sitting there waiting for the sun to start, coming up. And we're probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes from, really before the sun's up.
Yeah.
At all. It's pretty dark out. Off to which would be the right of us, a light is coming. And it's just continually getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's moving quickly. It's rapidly moving. And then, it goes right to almost even with us, what would be we're facing. And then it lights up, and it lights up the whole place, like the daytime. And then it's gone. It was it was like somebody turned the light on, turned it off real quick, out in the middle of the woods. No sounds, no nothing. But it was so bright, it was just like, and it was gone. And we just sat there for a second, and I stared at him, and he was staring at me like, what the hell was that? You can't make that up. It was crazy.
I think you guys have matching tumors.
We both have tumors. We both have massive head injuries. So anyway,
It's just CTE. That's all that is.
Well, that's for sure for him. We'll call him here real quick.
What if we are the aliens?
We could be. Who knows, man? That's what
Chris Stapleton, that guy is an alien. There's no way
he's
any
not from here.
There's no way any human being can sound like that.
Nah, he's definitely not from here.
He is.
For sure. All right, here we go. We're gonna get Hayden. I promise you, Hayden will.
He's not going to answer.
He probably won't answer.
Hello?
Surprise! You're on a podcast.
All right, what's up, dude? So today's podcast, we're talking about UFOs on the podcast, right? Whether you believe in it or not, some people do, some people don't. AJ's not really a believer. He's like, it is what it is. Possibly, yes, but probably not. That's where he's at, which is fine. I'm not trying to sway him one way or another, but I've told him of an experience that we had turkey hunting, and just kind of what I've seen in my life and all that. So I was telling him about walking into to turkey hunt on one of our properties, and what did we see?
Well, I just remember one of the craziest things about hunting is just being out in the middle of nowhere, getting away from the lights and truly getting a chance to see the sky, and what you don't see in the cities and what's covered up by, just being around us humans. But sitting out in the woods, I'll never forget, it was obviously during turkey season, and so you're getting in there early, you want to get quiet, let everything settle back down, and we're sitting up kind of on this little ridge with, I don't know, would you call it a little pond area, dried out pond kind of thing?
Yeah, it was on the pond. It was on the levee of the pond, that old pond. Yeah,
so we're sitting up, overlooking a tree line, looking for anything in the trees, and just honestly, just sitting there. We weren't even that close to one another. You were on the closest tree, that we could get on to where you were sitting behind calling and that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden it was like this thing shoots, like, I can't remember if it was towards us. It was just like this beam, and it's something like, a lot of people are shooting stars and that kind of stuff. A lot of those have tendencies of, you can tell what it is.
Yeah.
And this went in the direction that normal planes or shooting stars, they don't go on. Something they don't do.
Right.
And it came, and then it, like, I don't remember if it went away from us or to us, and then all of a sudden we're just sitting there not thinking anything of it. And I'll never forget, it was like this, I don't even know, fireworks not the right word, just this blast of light that just went, like, blew the sky up and then just dissipate. It was gone. I remember it's pitch black in the woods. And I just remember we didn't even say anything, and we looked, and we could feel each other look at each other, and we were like, "Did you just see that?"
Yeah, it was.
We were back. It didn't even matter if we saw a turkey that morning. It was unbelievable. Us both being believers, but something like that happening was just so out of the ordinary, ordinary. May see in the sky. It was unbelievable.
Absolutely. And I just told him that story, and I was like, it was just came on a line, like on a rope, and went straight, and then it like lit up the sky, like somebody turned the light on and then turned the light off real quick.
It was almost unbelievable. It was unbelievable. It's hard to explain it, but it was crazy. It just solidified the thing that you think of when it comes to UFOs and encounters and stuff like that. It's like, it's without a doubt, believe what you want to believe, but we're such a small part of this universe that we live in. It's hard to think that we're the only thing living out here.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And like I said, we just that's why I want to call you. I was like, he can verify this story because, and you know, people are like, well, you guys could make that up and just say, okay, this is our story and this is what we tell everybody. But it's just it's not, and it's almost like it's weird. It's hard to explain, but sitting there in the dark, then all of a sudden you see a light moving, and then
middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and it just came, and then it lights up the whole. It looked like it turned daytime, and then went back dark.
Yeah, middle of the week. It's not 4th of July. No one's shooting off fireworks. There's not a house within miles of us. It's not some pink, blue sparkly thing. Like it's just a light that you see in a movie.
Yeah,
basically.
It was crazy. But anyway, so I'm just, like not trying to convince anybody that UFOs are real, but, and it might not have been a UFO. It could have been some other kind of phenomena that we have no idea what it was. It could have been a gas bubble or who knows what, it could have been, but I'm just saying that it wasn't normal, and it wasn't, something that I've never seen or witnessed or anything. So
in my life, very, very odd.
And I was telling him, just like walking in sometimes out there when you're out in the middle of God's country, for lack of a better term, when you're out there in the middle of nowhere, there's not a lot of street lights. There's not a lot of lights of any kind. And the sky is beautiful with all the stars. Things move. And it's like, you look up, and if you look long enough, you can kind of, it's wicked. How things move. But
I think that planes that we have don't dart in zigzag patterns across the sky.
That's right.
They usually fly straight, nice, blinky line.
Yeah, and I told him about when we watched the satellite fly over our old house. Remember, we were all standing outside.
Yeah, they told everyone to stand outside, and we were standing in the driveway or backyard or whatever, and it flew past. You saw it fly past, and not even 30 seconds or a few minutes later, these little things were darting behind it or right behind it. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy. No one talked about those lights, just the blinky one.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. Well, I'll let you get back to it. I just wanted to let you verify that story. So anyway.
No, he's like,
what's that?
I said, nope, you're lying. Made it up.
Made it all up. All right. Anyway. All right. I'll talk to you later, dude.
All right, bye.
Bye. So anyway, no, it's the same story.
Give it up for Hayden.
Yeah. By the way,
this week's special guest.
Yeah, this week's special guest, Hayden, which is my son, by the way. But anyway, if you don't know. Anyway, that it's crazy how and like I said, I'm not trying to convince anybody that UFOs are real.
Right.
It's just the things that I've experienced in my life and that I've seen with my own eyes. And I remember, like I said, it's sort of like people believing in ghosts. Some people believe in ghosts. Some people they don't. Mm-hmm. I believe in them.
Oh, yeah.
I believe in ghosts. I believe that they're spirits and maybe they're either they haven't passed over, they're not done with whatever they got to do or whatever that is.
Sure.
They're in that limbo area of, hey man, I'm still here to do this, or I have to do this, or it's not, I'm not ready yet, or for, who knows?
Right.
I don't know how that works or if it even is real, but to me, they're real.
Yeah.
And, I've had different experiences with that, in my life. So you've had experiences with those too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, not me personally, but in the household I used to live in as a kid. Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway, people call them demons. They call whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
It is what it is. There's something there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not here to say that those are real or fake or we've made them up or it's our figment of our imagination or anything. Anyway, so, but back to UFOs. And so for me, there's too much evidence out there that there are UFOs and they've been around forever.
Sure.
And maybe they were here and have been here way before people have been here.
Could have been.
And, they just visit because this was their home at one point. and they've moved on to a different planet, and or they're so supreme in their in being whatever they are, they're beings, they're such like supreme beings, so they don't need food like we do or whatever, they're so advanced technology, they're technologically advanced, and biologically they're advanced, so who knows? I mean, you get into the whole alien aspect of things, and that's a whole different story, and whatever you believe or not believe. I mean, obviously, if they're alien to us because, until somebody lands a UFO somewhere and gets out and he's like, "Hey, Jim, how's it going?" You know what I mean? Right. They're alien. You know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, that's just my take on it. And just the things I've seen and just talking to a bunch of people. I was at Lowe's one time. Funny story. I was at Lowe's. I'm always at Lowe's, but I was at Lowe's one time, and I take that back. I had an exterminator. Yeah, exterminator came to the house.
Okay.
And super nice guy.
Sure.
Man. He was spraying for wasps and stuff like that outside, and I'm out there talking to him, just conversing with him, and I noticed he had a little alien tattoo, a little alien head, like a little triangular alien head tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, aliens, huh?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm part of MUFON and this and that," which is,
oh god,
yeah,
okay.
no, yeah. So I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah,
right. But we were just a super nice man,
yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I belong to MUFON and this and that, and we blah blah blah." And I'm like, "All right, cool, man." He said, he just kind of told me a quick little thing, and he was like, "Yeah, we basically investigate people who see flying saucers, aliens, or whatever." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." He goes, "We make sure you're not an alcoholic or a drug addict, or you know what I mean, and kind of put the pieces together, to try to rule it out. And then if we can't rule it out, then maybe you did see something, an anomaly of some sort." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, awesome." So then, it seemed like a few years later, I was at Lowe's, and he was working at Lowe's. I'm like, "Hey, that's a UFO guy," But anyway, he was a nice guy, super nice guy. But so they're out. I mean, there's a lot of people that believe, and there's a lot of people that that have these.
You never know.
Have these things, But I remember as a kid, and maybe, thinking back is maybe when I was a little kid, I wanted to see UFOs, and I wanted to see an alien. I wanted to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
But I don't know why that would have came to fruition when some of the other things that I wanted to see and do when I was a little kid never did. You know what I mean?
I wanted to see a Grammy.
Yeah, I would love to see one of those. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So why would UFO? Why would they just pick UFOs? Oh, he wanted to see some UFOs. All right, send one his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know about it.
I don't, but you know what I'm saying. Or in my imagination, why did my imagination say, "Oh, there's UFOs right there. There's one. There's one." You
never know.
Yeah, who knows?
The way I see it, everything could be explained scientifically somehow.
Almost everything. I would say almost everything scientifically can be explained. Not everything. There are some things,
sure,
that can't be explained.
But I'm just saying, could
almost everything.
Could it be something else, or could it be who knows?
Who knows? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, all through time, people have seen things in the sky flying.
Yeah.
And even back, they called them the chariot. Back when chariots were a thing, the flaming chariots would come in. Okay. From the sky.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how they got there,
Who knows?
I mean, Santa Claus has reindeer, right, to
Sure,
fly. So
sure.
maybe they were flying horses. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just there's so many things that point to aliens and UFOs are real.
Yep.
But
Could be.
But
Never
here's
know.
the thing: could we take it though if they were real? Do you think? I mean, literally, look at the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Let's just look at a virus.
Yeah.
How many people think it's real, and how many people think it's BS?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then you got freaking rednecks running around beating up Asian people.
Yeah.
You know,
for no
it's
reason.
for no reason.
Or
because they think they're the ones that
it started it.
Yeah.
It's to China.
you Chinese.
You did it.
China.
It's from China. Oh,
Man.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
As a people, I don't think we can handle much.
I don't think so. I think we're too evolved, but not evolved enough. You know what I mean? To put. I mean, think about that. Okay, so let's think about on a day, any day. Let's think about, it was the 4th of the 4th of June at 1:00 in the afternoon. Let's say that was a Saturday afternoon. So everybody's just chilling, fishing, doing whatever they're doing on the weekend.
Sure.
And breaking news. Live on the White House lawn, a UFO lands. And aliens get out and they go up and knock on the door to see the president. And it's all on film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's live. And they're talking. And they're like, we've been here for millions of years. You guys are the newbies on the planet. Yeah, we just come back and check on you guys every once in a while. Help you out when we can and keep you from doing this or, whatever.
Yeah.
What would people do?
Yeah.
I mean,
You never know.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
You know what I'm saying? How could we take that?
Yeah.
How could we take that from a scientific thing
Yeah.
and go, wait a minute. Wait a minute, what did you say? You're an alien from a different planet?
Dude.
You live on Mars? Or do you live on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you live on Saturn? So the Saturn rings, are they real? You know what I'm saying?
Man, just speaking for this country alone, this country can't even take a guy slapping another guy on an award show, much less showing that there's intelligent life on other planets.
Yeah, more intelligent.
That could easily probably come and take us over if they wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are they doing? If they're here and they're real, what are they doing here? Do they want anything? Or are they just here hanging out? This is just where they live.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to sneak around us because they know we'll freak out. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't even care that we're here. Or they don't even care about us at all. They're here to get water or get an ore of some sort.
It's the Kardashians.
And
they're all aliens.
All aliens. Every one of them. Especially that Conway. Or Kanye.
Oh, I was like, Conway Twitty?
Kanye, I meant. Not Conway. Kanye. He's definitely an alien. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
Who knows?
But
Who
I just
knows?
I don't think we could take it. I don't know that we could
Probably
take
not.
it. I don't think the
Probably
world.
not.
I don't think the world would be okay if they knew, because then you got to go back and then you really have to look at religion and the Bible and the Quran and all these religious books and documents that we believe in and trust and all that, to say, okay, well, where were these little green guys at in there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, well, maybe they're in there. Maybe John or Luke, maybe he was an alien. Never know. Never know.
I need some of that paranormal music to be playing and
yeah, all the but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what's real? But we can't be the only intelligent things or semi-intelligent things out in
you
the
never
out
know.
here. I mean, there's just, to me, it just seems like there's got to be more.
I think that aliens gave us ants.
For what?
Like different size ants, like the small ants. You know what the biggest ant is?
No.
The elephant. Dad jokes.
Oh,
Dad
boy.
Jokes. Dad jokes.
The elephant.
You know, speaking of scientists and such things,
Yeah.
Scientists have recently discovered a food that greatly reduces sex drive.
Oh, what is that?
It's called wedding cake. Speaking of wedding cake, I asked my wife the other day why she married me. She said, because you're really funny.
Oh, okay.
I said, well, I thought it was because I'm just such an amazing stallion in bed. She says, see, you're hilarious. Yeah, they just keep getting better and better. The elephant. That's so good. It's so good. Speaking of funny, dude, Gilbert Gottfried passed away.
I saw something. I didn't know he passed away, but I saw
Passed away
somebody
yesterday.
put a picture up, and
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, not that that's funny.
No, that's not funny, but yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's another one of those guys that was so like his stand-up act was shocking.
it was weird to me. Some of it was okay, but some of it was just he was so annoying. I think that some of it was funny because it was so annoying.
Yeah.
To me, he'll always be the parrot in Aladdin.
And Aladdin. Yeah.
That's just his. That was his. To me, that's his pinnacle.
Yeah,
is he's the parrot,
man,
in Aladdin.
So actually, the day before that happened, Monday, I was watching. I have on Prime, Amazon Prime. I have the celebrity roast of Bob Saget.
Oh yeah,
the Comedy Central roast. I was watching that. Bob Saget, Norm Macdonald, Gilbert Gottfried. Didn't John Lovitz pass away? Or is he still alive?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Let me see.
Maybe look.
But let's see, Norm Macdonald, and let's see, John Lovitz, is he still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 64. Okay, good.
You know, there's kind of a crazy parallel. They were talking about when Chris Farley died.
Mm-hmm.
John Belushi, and how similar that Chris Farley and John Belushi were in everything they did. Mm-hmm. Just their physical comedy.
Sure,
was hilarious. They were just funny dudes anyway.
What was his hero?
Yeah, but I mean, how close their lives kind of turned out. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you went a little too far with trying to be your hero.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
And it's kind of crazy that they did the same. The kind of same thing. Even with the partying and all that stuff. It's kind of
maybe next week we should do a top 10 list of our favorite comedians.
That'd be good. That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one. Well, I mean, like I said, this is a riveting one right here with the UFO thing, I think. I wish we should. I should have just had some people, just normal people, just any friends, just had them on to see what they thought. We could have had a panel of UFO people on. I know. I mean, and maybe we'll get some intel on some stuff, and we'll go talk to some UFO people.
Yeah,
maybe even some real aliens.
Maybe
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I want to see one. Not like one of the big bug ones, but just like a normal one, like maybe a little gray alien. It'd be kind of cool to check.
Just
one
little
out.
Gray guys.
Yeah, it's like, hey, fella, little guy, your long weird fingers.
Weird fingers.
Well, the movies are, they're like,
E.T.
that was a great movie.
Sure.
E.T. was a great movie.
Yeah. Independence Day.
It's a good one. It was a good one.
Coneheads.
That's the best. Attack. The Attack from Mars. What's it? Oh, come on, with the big glass heads. They got the brains in the glass domes.
Oh my God! Yes, I can see it. I just can't. Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, come on with that. Those are the best.
Starship Troopers. Or yeah.
Yeah. Spaceballs. One of the best ever.
I've never seen Spaceballs.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's
Dark Helmet.
It's supposed to be a just a spoof of Star Wars, right?
Yeah, but this is so good, dude. It's Mel Brooks, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah, yeah.
So
I just never seen it.
good.
I might have to watch it.
I see your
Schwartz
is as big as mine.
Some dude in high school used to say that all the time. He used to annoy the crap out of me.
Yeah. That's such a good one, though. There's so many good little zingers in there.
Yeah. Well, Mel Brooks, man. Men in Tights. Oh, my God.
Hey, Blinken.
Abe Lincoln.
Blinken.
Dave Chappelle. I didn't say Abe Lincoln. I said, hey, Blinken. It's like, oh, you lost your arms in battle, but you got some nice boobs. Such a good movie, dude. The statue.
Oh, yeah. It's so good, man. Anyway, yeah. There's so many good Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I think this is a good one. I don't know. People might like this. I don't know.
Who knows?
I like
Who
it. I'm a
knows?
UFO guy, and I'm going to stand by it. I'm standing by my UFO, my love for the UFO.
That's right. Well, hey, we got a next weekend.
Oh, yeah, for show, man.
First show out of the gate.
Colby, Kansas. Get ready. We're
Yep.
bringing it. Everything. I don't know what that is, but we're going to have it. It'll be there. We will be there.
We will be there in one way or another.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun, man.
I ain't scared of anything.
Nope, getting back out, playing, and so got a lot of summer shows coming up, and I'm excited about it. So, yeah, the 23rd, April 23rd, Colby, Kansas, at the Thomas County Fairgrounds. Mm-hmm. I think they call it the Spring Fling is what we're doing.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not raining or anything. I mean, they got an indoor facility. I don't know. Anyway, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then, man, we're going to do some stuff in May. Hopefully we got some acoustic things coming up in May.
Yeah.
We'll let everybody know immediately on that too. So
Absolutely.
anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions or concerns, make sure you leave us a comment and a review on the show.
Preferably 5-star.
5-star on the
rating. That's a rating,
on
not
the
a
rating.
review.
Yeah, I mean, you can leave us a 5-star review. That's cool. That's cool too. But mainly a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast and anywhere. Anyway, make sure you share this too. We need to grow. We need to grow your boat. Anyway, so yeah, we need to grow.
Absolutely.
We are definitely growers, not showers on this show.
Are we?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
We can neither grow or show.
Yeah,
at
we can
this
do both.
point.
We can do both.
We're trying to get there, though.
Yeah. Anyway, so make sure you share it with everybody you know, even if they don't like podcasts or listen to podcasts. Make sure you do that. That will help us out immensely. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, man. I think it was a good one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the people think.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Ain't this a sweet life?
Hey, guys. Thanks for listening. Want to ask a question for a future episode? Well, hit us up on Facebook or Twitter with hashtag SweetLifePodcast. And be sure to give us a 5-star rating and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay up to date on the latest news and information for the Sweet Life Podcast. And we'll see you next time.